10 real prison escapes caught on camera. Hi everyone, and welcome to our YouTube channel. Prisons are built to keep convicted inmates locked securely behind bars. And despite the locked doors, barbed wire fences, and sniper towers, we have had some pretty crazy prison escapes. Criminals have been trying to escape prisons ever since their inception. In most cases, prison breaks fail, but this isn't always the case. Escapes don't only happen in the movies, as they actually happen much more often than you'd like to think in the real world. It's human nature to seek freedom, and it's going to be very clear the lengths some people will take to relish that sweet taste of fresh air. Luckily for us, most fail, but those very few truly committed criminals who are willing to risk it for the biscuit sometimes succeed spectacularly. Ready to meet the guys that escaped and lived to tell the tale? Today, we will be talking about the 10 list of prison escapes caught on camera. 10. The escape of Derek Estelle. We have a very dangerous inmate who escaped from an Arkansas jail. Is this real life right now? How did the deputy not catch him? He was literally right behind him. The escaped convict was Derek Estelle, and he managed to escape jail by squeezing through a little window and running towards a getaway car that was driven by his girlfriend. Estelle was originally serving time behind bars for aggravated robbery, breaking and entering, and burglary, but I bet if he wasn't a criminal, he could have had a shot at the Olympics for running the 100-meter dash, because damn, he is pretty quick.
Like escape will be his last.
9. Tory Smith, outside the bars. Number 9 takes us over to the easiest prison escape ever. What's something that all inmates wish for when they're breaking out of jail? They probably want an unlocked cell door and distraction, right? Well, that's exactly what Tory Smith got. Let's take a look at her daring escape. Tory Smith was arrested for aggravated assault on her boyfriend, and she was brought to a New Orleans jail for processing. But I guess she saw a crack in the security, so she decided to take it. It was discovered that a prison guard accidentally left 2 doors open. Well, I think it's safe to say that this prison guard was definitely fired. After her easy escape from the prison, she then scaled the fence, but she was rearrested just 24 hours after she managed to escape. I hope they remembered to lock the doors this time. 8. 2 is better than 1. Number 8 brings us to the dumbest prison guard ever. A Romanian police officer was given the simple task of escorting 2 prisoners to the nearby courthouse. He was supposed to lead them into a police van and bring them to their hearing when this happened. As the 3 of them are walking towards the van, this prisoner sees an escape opportunity and decides to take it. The prison guard apparently lost all of his police training and common sense because he unlocked the fence and decided to chase after him. So now, we have this second convict who has found himself in a great spot. He does what any other inmate would do and decides to make a run for it. This prison guard now has 2 escaped convicts, and he can only chase down one of them because they ran in opposite directions. Now that's what I call an awful day at work. 7. Bulldozer attack. Crashing into this list is at number 7. We have a bulldozer that hits a prison. This literally sounds like a scene from a movie, but I promise you guys that this actually happened. Let's take a look. 12 prisoners managed to escape from a maximum security prison in Denmark. These prisoners were definitely not the kind that you want roaming your neighborhood streets. They were robbers, drug dealers, and murderers before the escape happened. A former inmate was in contact with people inside of the prison with a cell phone that he threw over the wall. He then stole a bulldozer and smashed through the walls and released some of the prisoners. I wonder if he had another getaway car, because a bulldozer isn't the fastest thing out there. 6. The murderous escape. Up next is at number 6. We have a very violent prison escape. 3 prisoners escaped from a detention center in China after they attacked and killed a prison guard. It's no surprise that all 3 of these men were in prison for very violent crimes, including murder. So, here's how the escape went down. One of the inmates asked the prison guard if he could make a phone call. Now they were alone in the room. He began to strangle the guard to death. The other 2 inmates then ran into the room and grabbed the keys. They all changed into prison guard uniforms and were able to walk out of the prison one by one without being detected. Police offered a $20,000 reward for any information that would help them recapture these inmates. They were recaptured 10 days after the escape, and 2 of them were handed death sentences, while the other one was given a life sentence for his involvement with the escape. 5. Tricky Rocky Marquez. The man who impersonated another prisoner who was set to be released climbs onto this list, and at number 5. Rocky Marquez has managed to escape not once, but twice. What? Out of the prison system in 2 separate states. Police officials just can't seem to keep him locked up behind bars. But my favorite escape that he did was when he impersonated an inmate who was being released. So basically, he just walked out of the prison. He didn't even need to run or scale any fences. What makes things even worse? The prison guards didn't even know that he was missing from the jail until 5 days later, so either he's smarter than the average criminal or these prison guards are idiots. 4. The escape of a killer. We have another deadly prison escape, and this comes in at number 4. After the inmate stabbed the officer, he was able to unlock his shackles with a key, and he raced to grab the gun that was in the van. After the inmate were in the clear, the killer managed to escape eventually. After the escape, he crashed his car into a retaining wall, and the officers were able to apprehend him. Now, he is sentenced to prison without ever having the possibility of parole. 3. The toilet escape. Now, in the number 3, we have a prisoner who attempted to escape through a toilet. I know this doesn't sound like the most glamorous way to escape, but I guess prison makes you pretty desperate. This must be the most optimistic prisoner on the planet, because I don't see how he ever thought that he would be able to escape through this gross communal toilet. After spending some time and head deep in some pretty disgusting waste, he realizes that he can't squeeze his way through this and the man is pulled back up by his cellmates. 2. Digging strategy. El Chapo digs himself into our number 2 spot. Joaquin Guzman is one of the most notorious drug lords of all time, and he is also considered to be the most powerful drug trafficker in the world. He was arrested by the Mexican authorities, but he managed to escape prison after he bribed some prison guards to open his cell door. 6 months after his escape, he was recaptured, and because his escape humiliated police officials, they had promised that he would never escape prison again. Well, as it turned out, they were wrong. As you guys saw, El Chapo was sitting in his cell when all of a sudden, he walks over to his shower area and disappeared. Upon further investigation, the police found a 2x2 foothole underneath the shower that led to an elaborate tunnel that was almost a mile long. The tunnel had lighting, ventilation, and a motorcycle. He managed to remain free for about 3 years before he was recaptured. Now, he lives in a very restricted cell with no windows, and he can't talk to any other inmates or even his own family. 1. The crazy helicopter escape. These 2 inmates escaped from a Quebec prison back in 2013, and the whole escape was caught on video. They had 2 outside accomplices who managed to hijack a helicopter and forced the pilot to fly to the jail. We can see the 2 inmates climbing up the rope in order to get to the roof, where the helicopter was waiting. However, one of them had difficulty climbing the rope, so they both just hung onto the helicopter and took off. I know this sounds like an epic escape, but they struggled so hard, I wonder why the police weren't able to stop them, because it took them so long to actually leave the jail. Well, as it turns out, just a few hours later, the police were able to find these inmates and arrest them. Thanks for watching! Just like, subscribe, and notify this channel for more videos.